We're going to give you like a synopsis of the whole films at first, and then you can get the idea of what we're going to put in our teaser trailer. But at the first, we can have a few shots of Alice and Matt, who are younger and they're really good friends. It's then going to fade into them being older and just their friendship building, and there's going to be scenes just where like they have a birthday and they're building snowmen and stuff. And then we're going to have an image where Alice dies and Matt pulls Alice out of the pool, which is where she dies. And then we're going to show that Alice comes back but as a ghost, and that Matt and Alice talk a lot, but Matt's the only person that can see Alice. And then there's a big twist at the end, but we're not going to show that in the teaser trailer. The genres we've picked is romance, drama and thriller. When we was researching, we didn't actually find any that were those three genres, so we thought that would be a good one to use.
Because obviously you're attracting a bigger target audience, the more genres that you actually use, you get a bigger base, fan base almost, so it appeals to more people.
Right, so these are the institutions we've chosen: Film 4 for production and Optimum Releasing for releasing. The reason we've chosen Film 4 is because it's a British production company that are well known for working with independent British filmmakers. They have success with the films that they produce, such as Slumdog Millionaire, which to date has total worldwide profit of over 200 million. They use relatively unknown actors so that the audience does not associate characters to previous characters they may have played. They have their own TV channel, which adds to their huge fan base and is just another media platform for our film. And they were involved in the production of The Lovely Bones, a film that shares the same genres as our film. For Optimum Releasing, it's released so many successful films, both British and international. They work with independent filmmakers as well as big-name directors. They recently distributed F, which is a British thriller with relatively unknown actors, which has been reviewed by critics from well-known establishments like BBC 5 Live. This shows us that they are a good media platform that will help our film fulfil its potential, even though it is an independent film. They also work with famous actors such as Angelina Jolie, George Clooney and Johnny Depp, which means they will have a big fan base who trust in their films.
Our target audience, what we wanted to do was get a demographic of probably around 15 to 25, that sort of age range, yeah. Also we wanted to use the different economic classes, so we're going to use the E economic class, D and C2 as well, so basically the skilled working class, the unskilled working class and the economically inactive class. Because we think that if we appeal to those, they're the majority of the actual target that we can reach. Yeah, we wanted to appeal to both males and females in our film instead of just, because I mean, with this sort of film, normally it's a stereotype that it's a chick flick, which we don't want this to be that sort of film. So, so that's why we put the thriller in there to actually counterbalance that. Yeah, that's pretty much that one.
So now these are our actor profiles. Emily Banks. She's 17, British, and she's also appeared in Razzle Dazzle, Much Ado About Nothing, We Will Rock You, and After Midnight Before Dawn, and Revelations. Sam Herring. He's 18, British, and has previously appeared in Much Ado About Nothing, The King and I, Half a Sixpence, After Midnight Before Dawn, and Revelations. Character profiles.
My character's name's Matthew Young. He's going to be, well, obviously Matt for short. He's about 18 years old. Nationality is British, obviously. Star sign of Aries. His characteristics is quite quiet, withdrawn sort of person. Hates big crowds. He prefers to be alone. He's the sort of person that builds up a relationship with one individual and makes that relationship stronger than any other that he's had before. He'll be wearing dark sort of clothing to represent his dark personality. He's going to be the stereotypical like man, quite strong, quite a dominant figure.
Alice Dunn is the character I'm going to be playing. She's kind, loving, quiet, trusting, and she's quite innocent and vulnerable. That's how we're going to show her within our film. These are locations that we're going to film at. There's the school, my house, Tony's house, and the common. Because there's quite a lot of shots that we're going to be using, so we've used lots of different locations.
This is the type of media language within our film. So we're planning on using a lot of play pausing. So we've got some scenes where we want characters to fade out, and obviously we haven't got technology to do that. So we'll be filming, and we'll pause. We'll have to push the character off the bed and then play again. Got a lot of aerial shots, like they have in The Lovely Bones. Our trailer includes a lot of slow, non-diegetic music to start with that builds up to fast-paced music as the thriller genre is brought in. There's going to be quite a few sound bridges and non-diegetic voiceovers throughout the trailer. It's going to start with slow fade transitions and build up to fast transitions to coincide with the genre. There's going to be lots of two shots, and our typography is going to be white mainly to represent Alice's innocence.
We've looked at quite a few films for our promotional packages, and I think the best one we looked at was Lovely Bones, because it had the both dark side and the nice side that we want to bring across in our film. We looked at Ghost, and we liked the poster for that, because it's quite, obviously there's the ghostly thing.
Yeah, there's the ghostly aura about it sort of thing, but it directly affects the audience sort of thing. They see it and it's something that attracts them straight on. It also gives an idea straight away about what genre of the film it actually is going to be.
And then some of the scenes that we saw in the trailer for Charlie St. Cloud, we liked the shots that was used within that, where his brother fades out, and that's what we're going to use within our trailer.
We've got a couple of posters here as well that I'm going to give out to you now.
Just that's good side and his bad side, which you'll see through the trailer, and then brings the whole heaven on earth, that she's in heaven but's on earth with.
We've also used white typography to represent Alice's innocence, and same with the background being quite a nice pleasant place to also represent Alice. Thank you.
Any questions?
Okay. Any questions? I think obviously what you've said has been well thought out, and you've thought in detail about character and technical things, and I like this very, very much, the poster that you've given us, because it's simple but gets across quite a lot of your story. You've obviously thought about plot quite a lot. Can we talk about the genre a little bit? So you tell me about this film Lovely Bones, because I don't know it. Was this a very inspirational one for you, as an example for what you're going to do?
Yeah, because basically she died in it, or she'd been murdered, and then she came back to try and for people to find out who her murderer was, and that's the sort of thing that we've gone through.
Yeah, that we're running through throughout ours. I mean, we didn't mention before, but there's a big character twist also in my character. I mean, as you can tell on the poster also, you get the two different, obviously you got him in the black and in the white.
Yeah.
So it does kind of represent that he has got a very dark side to him, as well as the innocent side. So.
And then the genre of the romance is that you don't see the romance at the start, because the audience think it's just the friendship, but when Alice actually comes back, then that's when the romance occurs.
Right, okay. And